I got 19 appliances and clocks that need to be changed because we're going to spring ahead. Yes, spring ahead. It's more than an inconvenience. It can also upset your health routine.
Seriously, it does. It sets a lot of us back, especially those of us with schedules kind of like ours, waking up at 2 a.m. But instead of pushing harder, what if the answer was to restore your energy? Yeah, we could use some of that. We're joined by functional nutritionist Danielle Pashko. She's telling us how we can really support our bodies during this time, this upcoming weekend. Danielle, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, lay it on us. What's the most important thing we can do? Is it exercise, meditation, Tai Chi?
More water.
More water? Good question.
You're naming all the things I was going to say before I said them. Absolutely. Those are all great practices. We really want to look at energy refueling because we're coming off this like winter hangover. So getting outside, getting some sunlight, getting that movement in, really aggressive hydration, good nutrition. I also love herbs that help to energize you and regulate your cortisol levels. All of that really counts.
I like that idea of herbs and such, because I mean, we all know we could take a walk. That's pretty easy. But what kind of herbs in general might help us with this transition?
It's a good question.
Well, I like to look at herbs in terms of their properties and how they can affect you energetically. And Ayurveda has to deal with ancient herbs from India, and they help to regulate our nervous system. So in particular, I happen to love herbs like ashwagandha, which help to manage our cortisol levels and help us have less stress. And also there's an emerging science right now called Quantum Ayurveda, where these herbs can be tuned with an energetic frequency to actually give us more energy and be more bioavailable. So, yeah.
You're speaking Chris's language right now, Danielle.
Oh, great.
That's actually an herb that you can find at some of the nutritionists.
Totally. You can go to Sprouts, too, to find ashwagandha. So I do have another question for you. I mentioned this in our intro. We have kind of wonky schedules. We're waking up at 1, 2 a.m. For people who work the graveyard shift, are your tips meditation and what you had already mentioned?
Well, if you're working late nights, that can be a little challenging. But when you get home, if you are in that kind of schedule, be very careful with your electronics. Most people come back, they want to unwind by scrolling or looking at their screens or watching TV.
Always.
And you don't want, you don't want to get that blue light in your eyes, which suppresses melatonin, which makes you not sleep. A lot of that Wi-Fi can be very disruptive for our brains. So definitely not doing that. If you can just maybe take a bath or do something that's gentle and soothing, because deep sleep is very important to regenerate our cells, to help our brains the next morning. So that's critical.
Okay, good to know.
One last tip in terms of as we make the switch this weekend, you mentioned vitamin D, like sunshine, getting outside. Is it as simple as a walk, or do we need to do something a little more high impact?
So getting outside, walking's great, stretching in nature, it's starting to warm up. Also grounding is such a great thing. When you're taking off your shoes, you're connecting barefoot with the earth. And why that's so important is because it's actually, it's a scientific field, and where you are lowering inflammation from the electrons from the earth. They're actually going into your body and they're bringing down the inflammation, which in turn makes you feel better, less stressed.
Well,
and
from your lips, we've actually, right now in this moment live, we are barefoot now.
We are barefoot in the studio.
We are grounding. We are grounding.
But she does say that you prefer grass, maybe.
It'd be better outside. It would be better outside.
But our nice min-waxed floors will do. Thank you so much, Danielle.
She was awesome. We love having you on the show this morning.
Great tips this morning. Good
job.
And we'll see you next time.
Are you grounded?
Thank you for having me.
Get grounded, sister.
I'm
we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Pretty good.
Travis, why do you still have your shoes on?